Hi, this is Rounik for Ask.Audio, and we're taking a look at the Polymoon Meris. It's a delay pedal, but it's so much more than just a delay. If you're into delays at all, then you have to check out this baby. I'm twinning it, if you like, with the DrumBrute Impact from Arturia, so it's an analog drum machine. This is what the DrumBrute is sounding like normally. And I'm just going to show you, I mean, there's so much you can do right here. You've got obviously the standard delay controls. You can adjust the time, the feedback, the mix. You can do this thing called multiply, which sets the number of delay taps to the output. Dimension is where you basically smear and sustain the delay tap reflections. And dynamics is when you start bringing in the flanger, which is pretty damn cool, I have to say myself. So I have this in bypass mode. Let's unbypass this and see what craziness will ensue. Alright, so I've turned the mix down to 0. Oh, and we have this Alt button here, and basically that gives each of these knobs, as well as these two and this little section here, an alternative mode. So as opposed to just setting the time for this, let's turn the mix up a little bit. This sets the time for the delay and the phaser, but we can also use it using the Alt function to select the early modulation. Let's have a little bit of a play around. I'm going to use the Alt button here to change the filter in the feedback path. This should have a darker filter now. Kind of cool, even with the mix just set to, well, quite a low amount here, maybe 25%. You can get some really interesting textures on drums. Now, most people will use this for, this is the original pattern, by the way. Most people will use this on guitars mainly, and then maybe some synths. So I just thought I wanted to bring something new to this and try it out on a drum machine here. Let's just select a different pattern and go. I love the way you can get a kind of cavernous sound with this dimension switch. And then the cool thing is you hit bypass and it will just, you'll hear the release of it, the decay. I think it's safe to say, even with the little bits of sound that I've processed this through, the Polymoon Meris is pretty much a sound designer's dream. You've got so much going on in here. My only criticism is that perhaps it would be very cool to have an LED display or to have separate buttons for the alt functions for these. But when you do that, it becomes a bigger pedal, it becomes a different beast. This is so immediate. The knobs, they feel like they really just want you to just move the controls, just really play around with them, not get too kind of bogged down and kind of keeping the exact setting, and it's really cool. So you have a mode down here as well, the sync phase and the slow. That can go in between 3 different modes. I'm just gonna pull this back a little bit. And I love it that you can add some really subtle effects to drums like you can, or to any kind of sound. But in this case, to kind of drums here, that can just add something as subtle as you like, as crazy as you like. You can create textures. I better watch that feedback. Turn that smearing down a little bit. So this is the Polymoon Meris. I would really suggest taking a look at it. It's $299. It's a really neat, small but compact and useful delay. I don't think calling it delay pedal is enough. Very much in the Meris way of doing things, they pack it with, full of so many functions. So this is a bit of it's a magical box full of delay potential, modulation potential, flanger, phaser potential, and a whole lot more. I'm scratching the surface in terms of what we've just done. I just wanted to do a video and just show you what it sounds like with the DrumBrute. You can connect it into so many things and get some wonderful, interesting sounds out of it as well. So I'd highly recommend checking this baby out. $299, a really good delay that I think is something that even people that are interested in simple delays will grow into. Thanks for watching. This is Rounik Sethi from Ask.Audio.